Hey guys, big news today. New channel name on the horizon. Today's video is about the first sign that you are getting over the narcissist. And what I want to talk to you about today is really that first moment of separation between you and the narcissist that really makes you feel like, oh my God, this is actually me separating and finding myself again, and not just basically responding egotistically to the fact that you've been dumped by one and that you have a lot of bravado when this first happens, and then you get into a sort of like a grieving stage. But what is the first sign that this is actually you attaining that level of freedom from them and turning the corner? Now, the reason I'm renaming my channel today, Dancing with the Narcissist, you may or may not have seen, is because that is what I do. I've not chosen an easy path. So I met my narcissist at, and maybe not just one, but I met this particular one at a dance studio, and I continue to attend because I was determined that I was not going to give up my hobby and find a new studio where I'd invested quite a lot of time, money, and building of a relationship with my tutor and others. And so I continue to go, and it's been ups and downs. Some days are easier than others, but I've really begun to get to know where I am now with this. And so yesterday I was able to dance in a group class with the narcissist, and it was absolutely fine. And it's not to say that it's not been fine before, but there was something different. So what was different about it? What was different is I didn't care about feeling vulnerable. I didn't really feel vulnerable. I didn't feel controlled, and I didn't feel threatened. And I was in control of what I was doing. And I was enjoying it. I was enjoying dancing with everybody, and I was enjoying dancing with the narcissist. And I thought, let's go with it. Let's put out that energy. Let's put out that positivity. Let's have that pleasant time in class and just enjoy it, because we're able to do that, you know. This is what we're here for, and you know, and that's how it was. But of course, it wasn't as simple as that, because as you'll know, if you don't know, there really is no meaningful two-way communication with a narcissist. You cannot have, in the words of Richard Grannon, an authentic communication with the terminally insincere. You need to abandon all hope of that. And so ultimately what happened on the last round of dancing was that it was spoiled by the narcissist trying to suggest and control my my move by suggesting some note at the end of it, some constructive moment at the end where, quite frankly, there was no need, and there was no different from how we danced before. But of course, it wasn't really any surprise, because that's how it was during the relationship, and that's how it's been to a degree since. What's changed is I really don't care, because there was no sense of it being any. We couldn't have that moment of joy, there was no sense of we can walk away from this class, and yes, we've enjoyed dancing together, without actually, and yes, you're still my puppet. But I'm not surprised, because that's how the relationship was. That's how the relationship was characterized a lot of the time, and of course I grey rocked it. I was like, oh yes, of course. But yeah, walking away, you're like, well, of course she did that, because that's what she does. But I was able to separate from that. It didn't upset my enjoyment. It didn't denigrate from the class, but it was a useful affirmation that the person I'm dealing with is not somebody that you can simply give a positive, have a positive experience with, and let that persist, and let that be the end of it for that evening. But yeah, so it's a funny one, but it was clear to me afterwards that, yeah, that's who she is. I accept that. That's who she is. She was always that person. And I'm so better off without that person. But I will continue to attend, and I will continue to dance with the narcissists, and report back my findings. But what a great reason to rename the channel, because I am doing this the hard way. But I really am getting there. I'm moving on, and it's great. Hope you found this video useful. Sorry I was a bit longer than usual, but hopefully I will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye.